Woodard on the blitz.
You know what I've noticed about Matt Millen? Is that he is a Hugh Millen.
I did that. I started.
Okay, I know about Millen. You know what I noticed about him is when a guy is open, he doesn't throw the ball with the same intensity as if a guy is covered, and he's always throwing the ball short. It's dying on him because he's leaning backwards. He's got to make every throw the same.
And there's no comeback to count on from John Elway tonight. Millen had hit his last 5. 3rd and 8. Another blitz. Hangs in there, completes. And they've got a first down. Great job by Anthony Miller, who knew where the sticks were and dove to get that extra yard.
Hugh Millen in the shotgun. And I think this is a good move by Mike Shanahan. Put him away from the pressure a little bit on 3rd down. Now step into the throw. See, he nonchalants the ball out there. He's got to put a little more intensity into it. Not necessarily velocity, but intensity.
Aaron Craver is in the lineup with Davis in the backfield. Another blitz. Bordich. Ball comes loose. Picked up by Mamula. And the rookie from Boston College with the recovery. And a return of 26. Well, they just kept bringing Zordich till it worked.
I guarantee you, if John Elway was there, Emmett Thomas would not be this free to come after him. He just figures with Millen, he's not as mobile. I'm going after him. Number 36 comes from the bottom. I mean, there's nobody there to block him. Millen's trying to get out of the way. He loses his footing a little bit, and the ball just squirts out. It is a cold night here in Philadelphia, and getting colder for the Denver Broncos.
Spot the ball at the 16-yard line. Philadelphia up by 8 and trying to solidify that lead. Waters hit in the backfield. Nice play by Dan Williams. The second big play he's had. And Williams, who, as Joe pointed out earlier, has had that history of knee injuries. First-round draft choice in '93 out of Toledo, and appears to be injured again. Boy, you hate to see it. Kid with such great potential.
Number 90, lower part of your screen. He just comes around the corner. I mean, he just is not blocked. Ed West, number 83, the tight end on that side, just turns him completely loose. And Ricky Waters has nowhere to go.
Watch that knee just slam into the turf. And it's a hard surface here in Philadelphia. And they're going to have to help Williams off the field. We'll get a report on Dan Williams just as soon as we can. Missed 4 games this year with a knee injury, and since he was drafted has had 6 knee operations.
1.5 sacks in his career coming into this year. He has 2 this year, so he was playing better.
And Harold Hasselback will take over at that defensive end spot. That's number 96, Hasselback. 2nd and 12. Pete to throw. Short pass. He is drilled as he got to the 7-yard line. Took a blast from Tim Houck.
Well, Freddie Barnett and Calvin Williams are just taking punishment in this new offense. They release underneath, and the safeties are having shots at him. Does a good job, releases under the linebacker. Rodney does a nice job of throwing the ball in there, and then boom. I mean, Tim Houck just explodes. Number 37.
Boy, and that was awfully close to leading with a helmet, too. First down, Eagles. 1st and goal from the 6.
Ricky Waters told me Friday when I sat and visited with him, he said there's 2 things we have to do in this game, and we can win it. We have to control the time of possession, and when we get in the red zone, we must score. That's what they've done so far through 3 quarters tonight.
12.5 minutes to go in the game. to the 1. He's already run for 1 touchdown. Michael Dean Perry saved that one.
He is making Ray Rhodes and John Gruden so happy now because he really wasn't known as an improviser like a Randall Cunningham was. But now Rodney's doing anything it takes to make plays. Sees everybody covered, just tucks it down and uses his athletic ability.
2nd and goal from the 1. Denver Broncos are really beefing about the call, too.
I'm telling you, that's all Ricky Waters right there. That is all just great little cuts and jives and jukes to get in the end zone. Look at it. Look at these moves he makes. He starts outside. He's on a pile. He's on a pile. He's on a pile. He just finds a way. Keeps the feet driving, stays on top of the pile, and gets in the end zone.
To make it a 15-point game. And it's 28-13 Eagles. Ricky Waters with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season. The Philadelphia Eagles have extended their lead to 15 points over the Denver Broncos. Ricky Waters went in from a yard out. Gary Anderson, the kick to Milburn. Low line drive. Milburn at the 8. Has the seam again. There's a flag down on the play, and Milburn may have another excellent return brought back. And the crowd really getting on the Eagles' special teams. They have not liked what they've seen all year long.
Well, they've given up almost over 26 yards a return. And I'll tell you, had it not been for the penalties tonight, that average would pretty much be intact. Danny Smith, to his defense, Kevin Turner's been his prime special teamer, and he hasn't had him since the injury a while back. So he's just trying to find a combination of guys to make plays. Illegal block in the back during the run back on number 92. Be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Dave Wyman, the middle linebacker.
Look at those numbers. They're 30th in the NFL in punt coverage and 30th in the NFL in kickoff coverage. If that doesn't drive a special teams coach nuts, nothing will.
But very often, like other coaching disciplines, it's a function of the players he has on that unit.
Yeah, you just can't tell 11 guys to run down the field. It is a coordinated unit, and when you're changing people, it's hard to be effective.
So Millen, instead of good field position, has to start inside at 20 again. Davis, Bobby Taylor right there with him. And Davis went out of bounds. Let's check in with Mark Malone. Mark?
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Rookie cornerback for the Eagles, Bobby Taylor, in our spotlight now. And I'm surprised that the Broncos haven't worked him over a little bit more. This was the first drive. You remember Anthony Miller in the outside technique. Taylor does not have a chance in a foot race with Miller. He's more of a physical player with great range and great hands. Now, late in the third quarter, they tried to work Miller man on man. Look at the technique inside out. But they don't get the football to him because, like anything else, a blitz and pressure on the quarterback is the corner's best friend. Mike?
Absolutely, Mark, and they've done a great job with pressure on Millen and Elway before him. Millen with time here throws, but Pritchard has to reach behind him to make the catch. He can't get anything afterwards. Back to Mark.
Mike, I said I was surprised they hadn't gone after him enough, and check out these numbers. They've thrown at him 4 times, completed 4 balls for 72 yards and a touchdown. And I'll tell you what, the blitz is hurting the Broncos. Right now, I would go ahead and keep a tight end in, pick up the blitz, and try to work Bobby Taylor, because even in a zone, he's got a lot of man tendencies. Mike?
I think it's an easier shot going to him than it is Mark McMillan, even at 5'7". The little guy is a terror as a cover man. 3rd and 9. four-man rush this time. And Millen throws nearly picked off. Anthony Miller didn't go for it. He thought it was for somebody else. It was that far away from him. And nearly picked off by Taylor and Barry Wilburn.
Miller's supposed to just come down underneath. He drives up the field. Now he just looks inside. And, you know, I don't know what Anthony Miller was thinking. I mean, the ball was hanging in the hole, and you're supposed to go to the hole to get it.
Ruin to kick from about his own 10.
Short!
Carpenter signals for the fair catch and then lets it go. Takes a big Denver bounce.
Rob Carpenter had the right idea. He never executed it, though.
A 50-yard punt with the roll. And Philadelphia will have the ball when we come back. This ball game, they have controlled the clock with an 8-minute advantage over Denver, Joe.
Not only that, look at the plays they've run. They've not only controlled the clock, but they managed to run a lot of plays, 42 to 61.
And we have seen teams that have controlled the clock but not gotten a lot out of it. They've gotten 28 points out.
And they've done it in the West Coast offense tradition of short passing.
Now let's see if they go to the ground with the clock for the Major Hour. Garner. Charlie Garner to the 45-yard line. ESPN's college football begins next Saturday at 12:30 with Indiana and Ohio State. At 5:30, arch rivals Alabama and Auburn. Followed at 8:30 p.m. by Notre Dame and Air Force. And remember, it all starts with College Game Day at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. 28-13 Philadelphia. Charlie Garner now 5 carries, 29 yards. The two-headed tailback for the Philadelphia Eagles. Garner again. Wrapped up, Dronette had him at the line of scrimmage. The report on Dan Williams, a sprained knee. Fortunately, no worse than that, but he will not return tonight. And that young man has had more than his share of knee trouble. 6 surgeries since he was drafted. And because of that, has never been able to live up to his potential, which was great coming out of Toledo. Approaching the 8.5-minute mark. 2nd and 8 for the Eagles. He's straight back to throw. Underneath has the completion. Barnett dives ahead for a first down. The Denver 42-yard line. Alan Aldridge and Ray Crockett made the stop.
You know, Mike, this is a Rodney Peete that Ray Rhodes has been waiting to see. And I said it earlier, but in Rodney's defense, Randall Cunningham they were trying to get him ready in the preseason. Then in the first part of the year, Randall played. Now Rodney is really getting comfortable, sets really nice in the pocket, does a good job of getting the ball to Freddie Barnett, who has to become a big part of this offense if it's going to be as effective as it's been this evening.
Barnett 7 catches over the 100-yard mark tonight. Back to the ground. Lost his own balance, got up, gets another 5 yards after he fell down. Now that's pretty quick. You fall down and still get up and get 5 more.
Yeah, but I want to look at his feet. I want to show you something. You see the way he's got his feet taped? You see how on the edges on the AstroTurf it is? He has no ability to go on the corners of his shoes. See the tape underneath? He makes a nice cut here, but if he really tries to cut it back up, as long as he's on his toes, he's fine. But as soon as he gets on the full part of his foot, he's going to slip out. He's got to cut that all off so he can utilize the total bottom of his feet.
Fresh set of downs for the Eagles. Garner this time absolutely nowhere to go, straight up the middle. Michael Dean Perry with the tackle.
Right there. See his foot right there? See how it's got the tape on the side? There's no traction. You really take away almost 2/3 of the bottom of the shoe that you want to use for traction when it's hard to cut. And when you get on the